Welcome back, everyone, to another edition of Pregame from the Pond, Madison Mallard Pregame Show. Derek Brizendine alongside Alec Dopp. We hope you enjoyed the first game of our doubleheader here. We're getting ready for the second one. And Alec, here in the second one, Nate Hoffman's on the bump. And he's really been a strong point for the Mallards this summer.
Yeah, innings eater, and that's extremely important in the Northwoods League, I think, providing those innings so you don't have to, dip into your bullpen, which the Mallards that's been a strong point for us. And, Nate had one, rough start this year at Alexandria. He only lasted an inning and a third, and he gave up 9 earned runs. So that kind of, escalated his ERA probably more than he deserves, to be honest. But, he pitched well in his last outing, last time out, and he's looking to establish the outside corner tonight with his fastball and just command the curveball. It's always key for him, and just getting those ground ball outs. So we'll see.
The great thing is, even if he can only go 5 or 6 innings, we've only got a few days here before the All-Star break, so Donnie Scott can really push his players a little bit farther than what he's already pushed them this year because they are going to have 3 days off. They're not usually used to that. It's usually we're home tonight, on the road tomorrow, on the road back home. But now he's got 3 days off to work with. So it'll be interesting what Coach Donnie Scott does.
Yeah, it's a luxury that you have with the All-Star break coming up. And, obviously every team gets to take advantage of that. But, it's really important that, these guys get rest up and, they finish strong heading into the All-Star break here because we're down to the point where every single pitch matters. Every single at-bat, every swing, every take, whatever. The list goes on. And I think that anytime you can, rev the guys up for a certain amount of period like we have the next couple games here is important because then they're going to get that necessary rest, coming up with the All-Star break. So.
And most guys will get a rest here. We do have a few guys playing in the All-Star game like we mentioned the other day, but that rest is going to be huge for them because then there's only a couple weeks left in the season and then it's playoffs. If you make it to that point, it's a week of nonstop, high-intensity baseball.
Yeah, and, I think one of the advantages that the Mallards kind of have this year is we've talked about the catcher position right now all season long as a strong point with Jason Goldstein, Gene Ramirez, and Colin Thoreau. Obviously, he can slot those guys in other positions and play DH, but you mentioned rest, and I think whenever we can slot those guys into the lineup or give them a day off. It's just a luxury that the Mallards have because they can swing the bat, tremendously well, and they can take, really good cuts at the ball and, provide that versatility at catcher and even first and third base as Gene Ramirez has done from time to time this season. So it's a luxury, and I think he's gonna, Donnie Scott's gonna take advantage of it.
And you also have Bryce Carter, who you can throw out there that he caught a game here last week.
That's true, yeah.
Another pretty good start there. And as you come down, as people are starting to tire out as the summer goes on, because I've played that catcher position, and I know how tough it is on your entire body. And it's also a mental thing. So to be able to give those guys days off and not play them back-to-back, I think that's a huge advantage as it goes on farther into the season as we come to a close.
Yeah, absolutely. You can't really say it enough what the All-Star break can mean for a variety of different reasons, whether it be positioning your starting rotation through the end of the season because of that rest that you're given, the extra rest, or you mentioned Bryce Carter. Somehow I forgot about him, but he might actually be our best hitter. He's really come into his own with the Mallards so far. A short stay, but you can just see the potential with him, and I think the Mallards are definitely at an advantage with all these guys on the roster.
That's another good problem for Coach Donnie to have. Not one he's going to complain about. Looking forward to see what he does to get the team going here and keep them focused for a couple more days and then that long stretch after the All-Star break, because you still got to keep them focused during those couple days off, but you also want them to get their minds away from baseball and just kind of relax and enjoy it.
Yeah, I think the thing with these guys, they have the Battle Creek series coming up. That's going to be a long road trip. They have a lot of time to think, a lot of time to prepare. And, that might be an advantage going into the All-Star break, too, the extra time on the bus to kind of think and, kind of strategize your game plan, you might even say. But it can also be a distraction, so it's going to be interesting to see how they kind of, bring about how they can, focus and, determine how they're going to, stay true to what they want to accomplish later in the season over the break.
Well, we're really looking forward to this second game here, and we're also looking forward to after the All-Star break, but right now we got to focus on the game ahead of us. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you back here next week.